Hey guys, Mustang here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be looking at what is essentially the new for 2024 NAMEKIANS team, because of course Lord Slug, whilst not having NAMEKIANS quote unquote as a leader skill, like that specific category, one of his leader skills is demonic power, which includes all the NAMEKIANS, right? So we can in fact make a full NAMEKIANS team, and that's what we have gone ahead and done. So yeah, we're going to try this out. We obviously have Namekian on the team and a Piccolo on the team. So Nail is getting his full passive here, which means he gets his support and his damage reduction. So that's obviously very good. Piccolo Jr. we already tried out yesterday on the Lord Slug leader skill, and he is very solid. So yeah, I thought we would jump into... I haven't done this event for ages. This is the Memorial Battle versus Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Like, at the time when it came out during the anniversary, it was, like, a relatively tough stage. I don't know how it's kind of aged now, really. I haven't done it for ages, but it's one of those things. I thought it would just be fun to do a different stage that we haven't done for a while. Obviously, the first fight in Superhero is Gamma 2 versus Piccolo, so I thought it would be kind of fun to do, like, the Namekian run back here, especially because you start off fighting Gamma 2 here at the beginning. So we've got Demon King Piccolo, the LR with his Easy A. And of course he has extra like defensive abilities in slot 1, and then Piccolo Jr. here in slot 2. On the first turn he gets the extra chance to do an additional super, and he gets the chance to do an additional super in slot 2 as well anyway. Now the thing to remember on this team is, despite the quote-unquote Namekians team, right, demonic power lead, all of the super class Namekians are not on the leader skill for Slug, the full 200. Because his 200%, the plus 30s are Terrifying Conquerors and Space Traveling Warriors. So none of these guys are on those. Look at Piccolo Jr. go. Super number 4, was that? 12 million? And unfortunately, it does also mean that the super class allies on the team will take more damage because of Slug's domain. So it's not the most ideal setup, really. But obviously, Namekians just hasn't been a team really forever. Like, even when it was introduced as a category, the team was incredibly bare bones and not really like a full team that could actually beat difficult end game content, right? So it's a bit tricky for the team to kind of exist as a cohesive team anyway. But demonic power, we at least have that option. Obviously Slug is very, very good with the domain up, very strong. He's got, with the demonic power allies, obviously, to even get the intro in the first place, we've got the 66% damage reduction, so we should be pretty decent here. They share Namekians and Fierce Battle, and then so do you. You guys have a few extra ones as well. I don't really want to float off Slug though, but I do want Tech Piccolo to get some build up here, so we'll go ahead and let him go first. Obviously, this team means that we're not going to get big bad bosses. Bus just rolls in. Yeah, we're not going to get big bad bosses for Lord Slug at any point. So obviously that is going to sort of nerf his performance a little bit. But I mean, to be honest, at the end of the day, it's just like a meme team, right? You're not going to take this team into like Janemba or Gogeta or Goku and Frieza when that stage comes out, or if you're on JP. You're not going to be taking this team into that stage and just like blasting through it, right? This is just a kind of for fun, like, hey, we can make a Namekians team now, kind of thing. Because Slug is a fun unit and I really like him, but obviously Namekians is a category, it's just limited in like Universe 11, right? Because there are so few actual characters in the show, like, that are Namekians. Just like there are so few characters from Universe 11 that are in Dokkan, right? Like, it's difficult to make a team, because before, like, when, I think, was it when Physical Piccolo came out, was he the first one to have a Namekians leader skill? The team was like Piccolo, Nail, I guess the World Tournament Kami, but he didn't even have an Easy Ace, he was terrible. And then, yeah, just like multiple versions of Piccolo. So the team has never really been a super cohesive, like, thing, right? I guess, yeah, we can get big bad bosses active with this Piccolo, actually, of course. And we can just float Demon King Piccolo here. So if we do this, keep you in slot 2 for that extra super chance. He's up to 623k defense, and then we can grab all the tech orbs for you. So Slug, yeah, able to tank decently well in slot 1. Obviously, once Slug gets hit enough times, Slug gets his Scouter. This is my one, the 55% one. He was in slot 7, so this is his first turn. Still able to tank relatively well in slot 1. Then we get the attacks off here. 5.8. That's without big bad bosses, because mine, like I say, isn't at level 10. So, still relatively good. And he's been hit, what? Actually, he gets hit 5 times in this turn. So, he now has his Scouter ability unlocked, which is super useful. We can keep the slugs both on rotation, and then actually have their Scouters to use, which will be super, super beneficial. I mean, there may be some situations where, depending on where the super attack on the turn is, there's no one that can, on that rotation, that can tank it. But Slug, after supering, I think should be okay. If the super's in slot 1, we can go ahead and use his active skill, as long as it is ready to go, which I think it's from like turn 4, right? So going forward, we are going to have the potential to have it active at any point anyway. So what's Demon King Piccolo going to tank like here? Yeah, nice, still tanks the numbers for double digits. Like I say, this stage isn't like super, super hard or anything, but Namekians and Fierce Battle, yeah, so they only share those links as well. But Slug now, 514k. He should be able to get hit here now. What, is that 4 attacks in slot 1? So he's going to get his Scour ability here now as well. Nail obviously giving support. 514k in slot 1 with 66% damage reduction is pretty good. I don't know how hard this Gamma 1 hits for, but he'd have to hit for over 1.5 million to even do more than double-digit damage here. So, 13 mil. This is the 90% Lord Slug friend. So, gets the crit and finishes him off. And now we have Gamma 1 and 2 together. And like I say, we should have the Scouter up now. Domain ends for one slug. Domain begins for the next slug. I do love that. Alright, so do we have the Scouter now? We should. Yes. And it's after he attacks, so that's good. Again, unfortunately, it is my one though, so no big bad boss is active. But go ahead and do that. Obviously, you get big bad bosses. 659k start of turn defense for Piccolo Jr. Remember, he gets 100% on super. So he's at like 1.3 million when he super attacks, without taking into account like super attack effects or anything. I can't actually remember if he raised his defense on super. I assumed that he did. I think I said that when I did the like showcase for him on Slug's leader skill yesterday, but maybe I should double check that. But let's see, what's Slug taking from these guys here? 396k. Okay, so they can hit relatively hard. I have a horrible feeling that Piccolo on the end might take a big, because he gets hit hard for the first time and then obviously increases his defense. There's a possibility that he's about to get clapped at the end, but in Piccolo Jr. doing some work. Love to see that. Those crits as well. Good stuff. There's a dodge as well, because why not? And then this guy, I think he does raise defense on super, but he just, that first hit he takes is normally quite hefty. Him getting a double super would have been really good, but yeah, 274k, yikes. I mean, I don't know, I wasn't sure who else to put on in the third slot. We could put in Kami, but I think he not only is not very good, he's very much a meme character, but he gets all of his dodging in like slot 1, right, doesn't he? Let me have a quick look. Because yeah, the Namekians team, you saw the team that we jumped into the stage with. The team not exactly bursting with top tier options. I mean, I guess there is this one that came out, but then exchanges into Vegeta, so that kind of messes up the flow of having a quote-unquote like full Namekians team. Plus they want all-out struggle or movie heroes allies, which we obviously don't have. I mean, I guess we could just put on the physical like stacking Piccolo, I guess, and see how he gets on, but not too sure if he is a unit that would do particularly well. He's aged, I think, quite badly in terms of the more difficult content, but I should have turned the animations off because we've already seen all the intros now.
I will once again reign as the world's
Demon King Piccolo Reborn, which is kind of funny when you consider the dialogue between like Gamma 2 and Piccolo at the beginning of Superhero, where Gamma 2 like thinks he is Demon King Piccolo. And get Slug, hasten the conversion of Earth. Alright. So, wait, is that both slugs on turn 1? No. Okay, good. If we do this, we get some good links set up for Piccolo Jr., although it does feel a little bit scary putting Slug in slot 1 on this turn, but I guess we'll do it. Oh yeah, let me turn these off now just in case. I don't know if there is anyone else on the team that has one anyway, but do this and do this. Oof, yeah, he takes 66k from a normal there. 2 hits in at least though. And the thing is, he not only raises attack and defense with his super attack effect, but he obviously has the part of his passive that builds up like 50% with each attack performed. So significant buffs after he's attacked there. He's going to take the super now though. Type disadvantage, but 66% damage reduction. What are we looking like here? 58k, that's pretty good. I mean, obviously Gamma 2, not, you know, insanely hard hitting, but I'll take it. I mean, I can't remember what, like, team we did. I think it might have been when I did the Heroes race with Raudo, or was it one of the races we did during one of the World Tournament weekends? I can't remember, but we definitely did a race against someone on this stage and, like, did end up dying. Like, the later stages, whilst this is not the hardest event or anything, like, you know, you can get caught out with their supers on some of these units, so you do have to be a little bit careful. It had the, you know, it's not a super easy stage, not super difficult, but it's not super easy. Obviously, for like top tier teams, it is now. Like if you bring in some of the best teams in the game as of now, then yeah, they're obviously going to be absolutely crushing this stage. But let's see, you've got quite a lot of defense start of turn here. Maybe I should. I don't want to float off Lord Slug though. That's the problem. So I feel like I do need to do this because we need to super with Piccolo as much as possible because he stacks, and he can start off quite slow. I think one of the reasons why he didn't age like super well is just because he doesn't really stack up particularly quickly. Having the Scouter is obviously super good. Like that's very useful. It's just no restriction. He just has a Scouter. Which is not something we see very often now. Like, Slug has to get hit 5 times in order to get his. The Carnival LR Goku has to get hit like 10 times. So yeah, the 90% friend should be able to eat this quite nicely, right? If the previous one we took, what was it, like 50 odd K? Yeah, 28, that's pretty good. Physical Piccolo 5.4. But yeah, that's the other thing, of course, to remember, like I said, is all the other Namekians, like all the superclass Namekians on the team are only getting the 170 lead from Lord Slug. So, yeah, additional normals is really not what we want. 130k. Yeesh. At least that gives Nail the opportunity to attack. Yeah, Nail takes double-digit damage. I mean, Nail is a much more recent easy A, right? So it makes sense that he is a little bit better tanking-wise here. But go ahead and do this, and then grab the tech orbs for you. Top our HP up here. Yeah, Slug gets another hit in. So I mean, the team works cohesively enough, right? Because the Namekians, they do at least all share a couple of links, even mixing and matching between the super class and extreme class ones. But unfortunately, whilst it will be a fun sort of like meme team to run, like it's the kind of team that would be fun to run like when a new set of red zone stages come out and like the first couple of stages are a lot easier. This could be like a fun team to run to clear those kind of stages, or you know, I don't know when they would next do that. Maybe when they actually have a proper like Namekians category leader, but like adding a Namekians mission to some of the more difficult content, which is obviously something that we don't see. Every now and then they will do, but not something we see like super often. Yeah, see, what are you up to now? Only 198k. There's no super though, so at least we know we don't have to worry about that. So if we do this, obviously Piccolo has the Scouter, so we know there's no super attack. Do this. Thing is, he got hit for like 130 odd K type neutral in the last time he got hit. Now he's getting hit by an STR enemy. So hopefully we can get more than one super attack. Because that's the thing, Piccolo, like, the reason why I think it feels like he stacks so slow is he has an additional that has a chance to become a super, but it's not a particularly high chance, if I remember rightly. And stacking units, like, really want to be getting additional supers. You want that. You want them to have an additional when they're passive, and then get, like, the hidden potential additional, ideally every turn. Oh, and of course, we don't have the support from Nail on this turn as well. So, there you go. We did at least get a second super. Can we get the third one as well? Hidden potential. Oh, we only get a normal. Let me take 100k. Okay, that's not as bad. Still not ideal, but I'll take 100k, I guess, as opposed to like 150. And then Demon King Piccolo. Because this is funny, because Demon King Piccolo got his easy A with this last World Tournament. And when I did the showcase for him, it's like, he seems kind of good, but like, where are you supposed to use him? Because he doesn't really fit on a lot of the extreme teams that were available at the time. And then Dragon Ball Saga, where he shares a lot of links with the other Dragon Ball Saga characters, and like he was quite good on Path to Power Kid Goku's team when he first came out. But then that team is just completely redundant now, and his passive wants him to be run with extreme class units. So at the time he got his easy A, it was like, well, this is weird. Where are you supposed to use this guy? And then not long after that, now Lord Slug has come out, and he's on the 200% lead for Lord Slug, which is a team that you're primarily going to run with extreme characters. So kind of funny, it's like the rare occasions where it seems like they did actually plan ahead, and not like stupidly far ahead, where like a unit comes out and then their best link partner gets an easy A, but it's like 6 months later and you can't, like the original unit's not runnable anymore. Like Demon King Piccolo got his easy A, and then Slug came out very, very soon afterwards. So now he has a team that he works like decently well on. So that's pretty cool. And then yeah, like Slug just eating that super for double-digit damage. Both the Slugs I think are built up to having their Scour abilities active now as well. So I mean, it's a fun little team. Like it's got some interesting little mechanics. Like I say, Demon King Piccolo is decent. Piccolo Jr. is pretty good on this leader skill. We did the full showcase for him yesterday if you want to check that out. But yeah, it's an interesting one for sure. It's not like the craziest team or anything, but definitely a fun team for maybe getting through some events. Like I say, clearing some. This would be a funny team, I guess, because you could use the physical Piccolo as the sub leader. So like this would be kind of a funny team to run in Battlefield. I know a lot of the time, most people, myself included, run mono teams to get through the stages, because I feel like that is one of the easier ways to do it if you have mono teams that you can actually build categories with. But yeah, I mean, you could easily use this team to do some of the Battlefield stages, which would be kind of fun. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I've seen comments from people in my comment section, like on Twitter and stuff like that. There's a lot of people out there that do just enjoy the content that is a little bit easier, like not super, super crazy difficult all the time, like content. And so this is the kind of team that would be sort of fun for doing something like that, as opposed to, you know, always having to jump into something super, super difficult like end game content. And yeah, the team works together relatively well. The units all link relatively well, at least. You see Demon King Piccolo there getting hit first to get the buff. Big hit that he took, and then gets the buff. He can do some decent damage for sure, but getting multiple supers off here. I'm not sure how... Is this my Slug? Although I guess by taking that big hit, Piccolo Jr., that now activates Big Bad Bosses for my Slug. So that is actually good. 14.2. Man. Bear in mind, like, there's no support on this rotation, and the domain isn't active. And Slug is... That's my 55% Slug, doing a 14 into a 15 million attack stat. That's pretty good. So... How much is he going to take the super for here is what I really want to see. Because we took... Who took this in the last run? Took like 400k? Yeah, 73k. That's pretty good. I'm a bit worried about Demon King Piccolo though. Because he is good, but we are fighting an int enemy that hits relatively hard. So... How much is he taking here? The additional is good, so we can get a little bit of extra defense, but... How much damage are we taking? Oh, he keeps going. Third super, that means more defense, so that's helpful. The dodge, you love to see that. Oh, let's go! He takes no damage. Perfect. Alright, well. I don't want you eating a super. What are you on? 448. I feel like that's not enough just because you've got type advantage. Maybe we'll just do this. Because yeah, we can get a decent bit of same type orbage here for everybody. Get the Dokkan attack with the 90% friend Lord Slug. Getting the support from Nail. No big bad bosses, but the support from Nail here will be pretty good. What's his attack stat? 15.9. So basically 16 million attack stat here. Probably doesn't take him out, but then he hopefully gets at least one more super as well, because he has the additional from his passive. Hit all the nodes, so we get a decent damage bonus here as well. Nice. We might actually get close, especially if he crits here, and then depends what Nail does, I suppose. Nice. Ooh, didn't get the third super. I don't think Nail can do an entire bar with his super attack. Well, they could get an additional as well, to be fair. You know, he's at 4.5, yeah. It's probably not enough, is it? But he's got his support. He's got a decent bit of damage reduction. We get the extra super as well. He should be able to tank the super relatively well. I mean, we'll see. Oh, let's go Nail. On a 170 lead team as well. So, GG Nail. Piccolo doesn't get the additional super for the extra stack, but I really hope that normal would kill. At least he tanks these for double digits. That's why throwing him on the team instead of that other STR Piccolo was kind of my go-to idea, just because this last phase part here is int, and this is where we got up to last time before we got killed. So yeah, I think the Namekians team definitely is not a team that you're going to be seeing, you know, right at the top of a tier list, crushing the most difficult events in the game, but it certainly is like a fun little gimmick team to run. I wouldn't suggest summoning for Lord Slug specifically to try and run a Namekians team, but if you did summon for Lord Slug and you got him, I think it's just like another fun little team that you're able to run. I don't know if we are... Well, it's actually a pretty decent setup here, and there's no super, it seems, as well. What's your thing for the turns? 66% for 6 turns. I don't think that's enough to... It's not enough to put him in slot 1 against an int unit, though. Although Nail has 900k defense, so I guess we can just do that. Put Nail in slot 1, do that, and then do this. Because, yeah, that's the great thing about Slug having a super attack. Having a Scour. Slug having a super. Everyone on the team has a super. That's the great thing about Slug having a Scour, right? Is because we can come into this turn and just be like, oh, okay, we're not getting super attack. Perfect. So now I can put the rotation any kind of way I want that's beneficial for the links and stuff, right? Like, it's much better for Demon King Piccolo to have Slug in slot 2, who's now at a 20 mil attack stat here with the support from Nail. This is the 90% friend. So, big damage from Slug. 20.6. I kind of like, the video's going quite long now, longer than I had initially wanted it to be, but I do kind of want to see if we can just win the event. I know there's another phase after this one. That's the thing. This is what I talked about during the Worldwide. It was weird that the memorable battle stages that we got during Worldwide were all only one phase, and really didn't seem that difficult. Whereas, like, these stages when they came out during the anniversary, multiple stages, like, relatively difficult, especially with some of the missions that they had at the time. Like, definitely good, like, decent end game content release. Yeah, okay, perfect. So you should be able to just kill here. You grab these. You grab these. It means we're not really getting any more stacks for... Physical Piccolo has ended up being sort of relegated to being a floater here, so he's not really getting any attacks. And yeah, of course there's no super because they have a countdown super. But I'm not going to get a chance to do it here because we are going to take him out. And then we just have the final stage against Gamma 1. So I think we might as well try and go for the W. Shout out to everyone who has watched the video up until this point. Give me a hashtag Namekians in the comment section if you've made it to this point of the video, and we can see if we can actually win the final phase here against Gamma 1. Now obviously Piccolo at this point has lost his guard. He hasn't really gotten any build up, a huge amount, so this is going to be pretty sketchy for him. I guess we should probably just put Slug. I guess we should just use the active skill for Slug, because he's fully built up, so surprise! I do love that. And then if we can put him in slot 1, because now he's got relatively decent defense, it means we get orbs for Nail, because otherwise Nail wasn't going to be able to super. And then we'll do this. I'm a little bit worried about how much damage Piccolo is going to take without any of his buffs or anything, but it is only a normal attack, so hopefully he should be okay. I guess we'll see. Yep, Slug with the additional, that's what we want. 16.7. No big bad bosses, obviously, because he's linked up with Nail, but still pretty good. And then, yeah, Nail is like well over 1 million defense at this point. Obviously, his attack stats don't go crazy, but very, very good defense, supporting the team. Obviously, really, really good on this like Namekian. I mean, you can run him on a Slug team as long as you have someone whose name includes Piccolo. And I did see someone say on Twitter that Piccolo Jr. does count, the int one. So with Piccolo Jr. actually being pretty good on Slug's team, like having him and Nail on the team is a pretty cool like option to run. Also, Gamma 1 seemingly has way less health than I thought, so Piccolo getting the additional is really good here as well. He's only getting hit once, so I mean, as long as he's not taking like 500k. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so active skill for you. Get a crit, nice. Alright, so... Oh, I can't get... That's awkward. I don't want Piccolo Jr. in slot 1 though, that's for sure, so I'm going to do that. We're just going to have to hope that the additional comes in clutch from the passive, or the level 5 additional skill orb that he has. But yeah, bad orbs for that turn, unfortunately. But there's the super from the passive. I mean, he's fully built up from his passive anyway, but getting the additional attack and defense, well, the defense primarily from the super attack effect is what we want. Because he still has 66% damage reduction as well. I remember that this Gamma 1 can hit fairly hard though, so... yeah, 300k. We live that. And then Piccolo Jr. here with the 10 mil. Can he take him out here before he gets hit? Depends how many supers he gets. So we're going to get a second one here, 10.8. Can we get the third? If we get a crit and we get a third super... well, actually, we don't even need the crit. Hey, we just need the third super. 11.3. So that should be all she wrote for Gamma 1. And there you go. Like I say, not the hardest stage in the game or anything, but the Gamma's memorable battle. I always get that confused with Memorial Battle, even though that's not an event in the game. But maybe my mind is just going to like Memorial Stones or something in the worldwide. But yeah, there you go. So that is the Gamma 1 and 2 memorable battle stage beaten with the Namekians team, technically. I mean, realistically, it is just a demonic power team, but yeah, full Namekians team. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section of Lord Slug, the Namekians. How would you like to see the Namekians team get some more buffs? Obviously, it's difficult with having the non-uniquely named characters. I really wish the Part 2 LR from the Vegeta celebration, instead of being Gohan that exchanges into Piccolo, was Nail that exchanges into Piccolo, because that would have been really good for this team, and also would have been another unit that activates all of Nail's passive. But it is what it is, so let me know what you guys think of the Namekians team down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.